Is what we to others, students on new to join.
Hello, can I be heard, guys? Can anyone hear me? What is happening? So, can I be heard, please? Good evening, everyone. If you can hear me, please do well to leave a message in the comment section that you can actually hear me. Okay. I think we are good. I think we are good now. Thank you so much for your kind response. Thank you for your feedback. Good evening, everyone. I trust you had a very pleasant day and your business was quite flourishing and is still quite flourishing. Thank you for sticking through the section thus far, and we believe that this very section is also going to be impactful. Though this session is basically meant to for us to interact with one another, and please we will try to be very, very explicit so that we can all comprehend everything detail by detail, right? Okay, thank you so much for your feedbacks. Thank you so much for your feedback. So far so good. We started by introducing a whole lot of steps which you can utilize to comments that's based on my own section, which you can actually take an advantage to commence importing products from reliable Chinese suppliers, and then you have those products being moved down to your store and you do the needful by selling and then making profit. um I've introduced us to quite a whole lot of processes, from the finding reliable suppliers to how you can actually negotiate, and then to how you can have those products being shipped, how you can check for quality control, how you can overcome all potential importation pitfalls and challenges that are bound to happen, possibly challenges that are bound to happen, how you can actually overcome those challenges. So this evening we are going to be more direct. I want us to interact, right? We have a whole lot of time for us to interact with one another, please. So we are going to be entertaining questions from you. If you have any question that is bothering you, that you need clarification as regards to how you can make importation, please do well to drop your question, and then I will do well to do justice to that question, provide you with the right answer, which will help to guide you, and then in all your intentions or your plans to make importation. So if you have a question that perhaps we felt we haven't really dealt with in the previous sections, and that question is bothering you, that to the extent that you need further clarifications, please do well to type that question, because today is basically going to be about you and I interacting, right? And how do we interact? By you asking questions, and then I get to provide you with the right answers, right? So we appreciate each and everyone for tuning into this session, whether you are using either of the handles. It could be the LinkedIn or the YouTube or the Facebook or any other possible handle that you are using to connect to this very training. Please let the questions start coming so that we can start dealing with them as our time permits. Yes, please. How do I source for hot demand products, sir? How do I source for hot demand product? Okay, so this is the first question, and then I would like to um attend to this question before we keep moving as time permits. How do I source for hot demand products? All right. So you have a whole lot of tools at your disposal which you can actually take advantage or leverage the advantage to your own opportunity. We have what we call the Google trend, right? You can use the Google trend to search for trending products, it will also guide you in how you can have products that are hot and then highly demanding. And you can also interact with someone who is in a constant interaction with the market system, someone like me and several other persons that are into procurement. They will give you adequate guidelines on which products are hot and which products are trending. So when we talked about products that are trending and products that are fast sellable, we have a whole quite a number of them, right? We have quite a number of them which you can actually utilize. So I make mention of something. You can take advantage of the Google trend search to look for trending products, or you can actually interact with someone who is in a constant interaction with the market system, and he will guide you, because this also varies based on what product you are looking for, exactly what line of product. Are you going into clothing? Are you looking for product that trend in clothing line, or product that trend in the gadget line, or product that trend in the kitchen utensils, or product that trend in terms of house furnishing and then house finishings? So we have quite a number of products for different purpose, trending product for different purposes. I hope we are good with that. What is the what's the easiest way to get good delivery providers? The easiest way to get good delivery providers, you can get good delivery providers on the platform you are using. And then if you are using the direct market, then you need to have someone who can recommend a perfect delivery providers for you. That's like freight forwarders or logistics services, who can help to facilitate the speedy delivery of your product after you must have procured those products. So it is very easy. You can interact with the platform you are using. They can recommend some delivery providers for you, or you interact with someone who is also constantly in interaction with the system. You can also refer a whole lot of delivery providers or freight forwarders or logistic providers for you to have your product delivered in a transparent way, excluding any form of hidden charges. Someone said, how easy it is for a small scale business to procure packaging material from China, given that most times the minimum order quantity, the minimum order quantity cost is usually too high for a small business, e.g., printer, pouch for food packaging. All right, so not all products, guys, please, this is a very important question. Not all products have the tag of minimum order quantity. I repeat, not all products have that tag of minimum order quantity. Like you looking for a printer, you can have a printer that will do an excellent job for you, unless you want to buy those printers to come and resell, which means you want to buy them in bulk, right? That's when you can decide to leverage the advantage of the minimum order quantity, which will give you a flexible price and then other advantage for yourself. But if you are looking for something for your own usage to advance your own business, you don't need to bother yourself that much about minimum order quantity. You can have a printer, you can have any other gadget or item or equipment or tool that you are looking for to speed up your business from China, regardless of any minimum order quantity. There is what we call lesser than a package or a box loading, or lesser than a container loading. So if you have a product that is lesser, someone product, there is a way that it's been done. You can decide to match your product to meet up with another person's product, to meet up with a certain requirement before delivery. But buying a package or a tool or an equipment for your own business uses, you don't need to lay much or bother yourself that much about minimum order quantity. You can buy a printer for your business. You can buy more than a printer for your business. So someone says, how do I get contact from here of manufacturers that can bring my idea to life? How do I get contact from here of manufacturers that can bring my idea to life? What is your idea to life? That is, the question is not explicit, it's not that explicit. So you need to be more explicit in your question. Then we can help you to provide the right answer. How can I apply for a business registration permit from different countries in Africa? How can I apply? You need to understand the laws that governs those countries. Every country have a law that governs how businesses are run. So if Nigeria have a regulatory body that monitors how businesses are being conducted, likewise Ghana have a regulatory body, likewise Kenya have their own regulatory body, South Africa do have their own, DR Congo have their own, Zimbabwe have their own, Tanzania have their own, Zambia have their own. So you first of all need to dive into thorough research, right? Interact with people that are in similar business line with you from those countries. They will help to guide you on how you can have your business registered in those countries. So this one, it's something that you also need to do a whole lot of work from your own end. Just like Nigeria, when you want to have your business registered, you need to go to the CAC and then you do some other registration. The FRIS are there for you, and then other bodies are there as well. Then we have another question which says, um, it says, I have received 100 messages today with, okay. So I would like to add another business with my farmer. I wish to go for solar products, especially the small lamp and table fan business of my location. What should be my budget to start? Okay, if you want to go into this kind of a business, and then these are not things that will require so much capital, but it depends on what is the quantity you want to bring down to your country, what quantity of those products you actually want to bring down. It will also help to define the budget for you. If you are just looking for something like a small quantity to start with, and then get to understand the market system, how fast this product can sell, how many people have interest in this product, then you can just go for it. But if you actually want to go start big, then you will need a bigger budget, right? But if you just want to start small, gradually, and then you keep growing based on the market demand, based on how fast your customers are consuming those products, then you can decide to um, opt for the option of a small quantity, right? So you can have for a small lamp, for a torch, for this 200,000, 300,000, 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, like that, up to 50 million, up to 10 million, 100 million. It all depends on what is the quantity you want to bring down. So just like I said, 200,000, 500,000, 1 million, upward, everything you can have those things being delivered to you. Google Trend product. Yes, you can take advantage of the Google Trend search to find for trending product. My question is entirely different. It is about aspiration. How do I find customers? You have a whole lot of tools at your disposal that you can use to find customers, right? You have a whole lot of tools at your disposal that you can use to find customers. Now, you also need to build to make sure that the services you want to provide for your customers will meet up with their expectations. So if you are producing something that is, when someone procure from you and then he will feel very discouraged, it means the person will likely not come back again, right? But if your quality is good and someone is satisfied with your services, then he will definitely come. So you have a whole lot of tools you can use. You can even hire people to be promoting your business for you, right? You can decide to be running ads for your business. So you have a whole lot of tools, and then you need to also understand that you need to spend money to promote your business to attract more customers. If you want a larger number of customers, you need to release some funds from your own pocket to promote that. So you can look for people that can help you promote your business, and then you have that will help you to attract more customers. Um, Someone said, how do we source for funding? Is it possible to what? Is it possible to digress from our present job and start importation of phones and power bank, there is nothing that is not possible if you have the funds. If you have the funds, the resources at your disposal to venture into any business, phone importation, power banks importation, solar panel importation, electric bikes importation, electric vehicles importation, all depends on how much resources you have at your disposal. And then if you have a well-structured business plan and someone has interest in your business because you have seen a clear vision, you must have defined a vision, right, which you are running with. And then the person see that vision and he embrace the vision and he understands your vision. He can decide to invest in your business, right? We all know what investor mean, and then investment mean. So if someone tends to come to invest in your business, he can raise funds for you, and then you and him can decide to have draft some an agreement, and then like that you have your fundings. But if you want to go into this kind of business, if you want to opt out of your job to start importation business, it means you must have gathered some certain amount of money that is sufficient enough for you to start up this business with, right? Because no one will just invest in you without you having a clear vision. When you don't, your business is not visible, it's not convincing, nobody will want to raise to give you funds, else you just disappear, right? So maybe also Google fast moving product in your geographical area. Okay. Someone said you previously talked about Chinese account. Must you have Chinese account before going for import and export business? I was thinking having dollar account allow you to go for any importation and exportation. Need for clarification. Need more clarification. Okay, for you to do some certain transaction in China, you need, if you want to do it by yourself, I always lay emphasis on that. If you want to do it by yourself, you need to have a registered Chinese account if you actually want to do it by yourself. But if you cannot have a Chinese account, there are a whole lot of persons who have Chinese account that are into procurement. I have my Chinese account. I can use my Chinese account to provide you with the right services that you need, right? So when you have, I have talked about having a dollar account or a Mastercard or a Visa card, right? If you have a dollar account, you can use your dollar account to perform all manner of importation or exportation that you want to do. When you have a dollar account, you can actually do that. But when you have a MasterCard, and then for my country, a MasterCard is restricted now. You can only use it for domestic purpose. You cannot use it to perform an international transaction. So you won't be able to use your MasterCard or your Visa card to pay for international importation business, right? So your dollar card is usable, but your MasterCard or Visa card for now is useless for any international transaction. And you can only use those cards when you are interacting with AliExpress. I always mention this. You can only use those cards when you are interacting with AliExpress. Only AliExpress accepts international transaction, right? So other platforms, other markets, they only understand their currency. But since you cannot have access to dollar, you need to have access to Chinese yuan or Chinese RMB. So MasterCard alone is not sufficient to perform any importation business or exportation business for you. Dollar card is okay. You can use your dollar card. And then if you really want to go into it by yourself, you need to have an account. But if you want to go into importation, we already have people in the field, people with vast experience, people like us that have been there for more than a decade doing the same business, interacting with businesses day and night, right? We can help you to do all of this. But if you want to do it by yourself, then you need to have a Chinese account. Thank you so much. My question is entirely okay. I think we have attended to this question. He said, oh, thank you. So apart from China, is there any country that you can buy products cheaper? Yes, there are other countries you can buy products cheaper. It's not only China that is having cheaper products, guys, but it depends on the kind of products you are buying from those countries, right? It depends on the product you are buying from those countries. Like if you want to buy things that has to do with technology, if you go to Japan, you can still buy them. Japan is there. Japan has vast product as well, right? If you go to the UK or the US, they have product that you can buy from there. Clothing, shoes, and the rest. You can still buy from there. Phones and laptops, all of that you can buy from UK or from US, right? But if you want, the reality is China is the most flexible, right? Is the most flexible market that offers all business owners flexible importation opportunities. Because they have all product that meets with your expectations. I personally, I tell you this, I help people in the UK to buy product from China and send it to the UK. I hope you understand what that means now. I have people in the US, I buy product for them, right, and export to the US. I have people in Estonia, I buy product from them and I export to Estonia and several other countries like that. So it means for them to buy from China, you should understand what it actually means now. So you can buy product from anywhere, but you need to do your thorough, your due diligence, you search for that particular product. Someone said, how do I find an agent if I made a purchase on Alibaba or other Chinese market? If you are making a purchase on Alibaba, Alibaba already have agents. The person you are interacting with on Alibaba, he is actually, most of them, some of them, they are agents. It's when you have sealed, they are like a third party. It's when you have agreed to a certain thing, then they will now go and source for the real suppliers. So this is how Alibaba works. Alibaba, sometimes they have an intermediary. So the person perhaps you think you are interacting with, you might likely think you are interacting with the supplier directly. But unfortunately, you are interacting with an agent. So when you seal a deal with that agent, then he will now go ahead to look for a reliable supplier that have a product that meets with what you want. Then he can decide to, then you have your product delivered to you. While when you want to go on other markets, whether physical market or using other Chinese platforms, sir, you need an agent to help you do this unless you are in China yourself, or unless you just want to carry a risk that, okay, let me just buy whatsoever it's been delivered to me, I'm okay with it. But if you really want to monitor or control the quality of what you are buying, you need an agent to score those products for you before they leave the seashore of China to your country. So only Alibaba have those agent standby, or Made in China. Yeah, Made in China also have agent, right? So if you go to Made in China platform, they have agent. You can interact. You can have an agent that can oversee all the processes for you, down to the shipping and everything. But if you do not want to go there, then that's where people like us come into play for you. Um, Someone said, how can I know genuine company in China? How can you know genuine company? I think we've dealt with this when I talked about finding reliable suppliers, because this is you finding reliable supplier now. You are looking for reliable the suppliers, they are the company. So when you say how do you find a genuine company, I already talked about some certain stages or certain steps that you need to embark upon, which you need to verify your supplier, or you need to verify that company. You need to make sure that that company have a physical structure. Ask them to take you on a video tour from your country. You can do a WhatsApp video call, right? Or you can decide to utilize any other platform, social media platform that they have and you have, and then you conduct a video tour. They should take you on a video tour to their company, and then they should show you some part and some sections and that and that and this and this and that in their company. And then apart from, and as you are doing that, you are also recording. because you need all of those things as evidence, right? And then you do your diligence and you check, does this supplier or this company actually have license? You request for it, they will give you license. They will show you their license, their business license. When they don't have a business license, it's a big problem. Yes, because when they dupe you or when they scam you, don't nobody can trace them without their business license. But when they have a business license, it's easy for government to track them down for you. So someone said, how can we connect with someone with Chinese account? How can you connect with someone with Chinese account? This is okay. The thing is, right, there are a whole lot of people that are doing procurement which means they have Chinese account. Maybe you have friends that have Chinese account. As long as you trust that person, as long as you are convinced that this person is legit, this person, I can easily do something with him, and I'll be rest assured that my money is secured and then my product will be delivered to me, right, in a very safe manner. So I have Chinese account, I do this. Other people have Chinese account, they do this business. So it all depends on you as a person. Are you convinced to do business with me? Are you convinced to do business with him? Are you convinced to do business with her? Right? So you need to use your own. I told you something. I talked to us about doing your proper verification, right? Make sure you do your proper verification. Whoever you are dealing with a Chinese supplier, you are dealing with agent, you are dealing with freight forwarders, you are dealing with logistic companies. Do your due diligence, right? So if you are looking for someone with Chinese account, I already have Chinese account. I told you, I said I do this, I've been doing this for more than a decade, right? So I'm not talking about utilizing just platforms. No, I interact with the market physically. Physically, I interact with the market. So I don't think that should be a big deal. Someone said I was referring to packaging nylon branded in my brand. Of course, that's a very easy task. If I was referring to a packaging nylon, I was referring to a packaging nylon. Where is that question? Branded in my brand name. Of course, as long as you already have a brand name, you have a logo, everything can be customized for you. Yeah, it's just all about customization. Even in Nigeria, yeah, they can customize it for you, right? But if you want to have it customized in China, it can be done. If you want to buy the equipment to customize it yourself, you can buy the equipment and customize it yourself. So it means you can just have the equipment installed in your business environment. Anytime you want to print anything, you buy the necessary materials and then you print anything by yourself. You brand any product you want to brand by yourself. It's not a big deal, actually. Um, Someone said, how can I get quality assurance of goods I am going to buy from outside the country? I talked about this during quality control process where I said if you are buying any product, when you have agreed with your supplier, you have verified your supplier, you have negotiated with your supplier, you should buy a sample. Make sure you request for a sample, and I did said that you should buy the sample. Don't ask for free sample. Pay for the sample, and then when the sample is being delivered to you, so you definitely need to let your supplier understand that you need this product in a large quantity, but since you have not really done any business with him before now, you want him to send you samples and you are paying for the sample. When after receiving the sample and you are satisfied with the sample, then you can go ahead to make the rest of the purchase. So you need to strictly tell him, I want exactly this sample. Perhaps after delivery, I want exactly the quality of this sample, or I want the quality to be improved. And then you make the order. Likewise, you already have, if you are dealing with an agent's responsibility is to help you control or check the quality, is to help you inspect the quality, because no agent will want to do business with you and then your business should just collapse or he just let you go like that. No, every agent's vision is to sustain that particular customer, that client, right? So provide you with reliable services that satisfy your needs, so that next time you can still come back and do business with that very agent. But if you want to do it by yourself, please request for a sample, pay for it, and then you cross-examine that sample. If the sample meets with your expectations, you can forge ahead to buy for the quantity you actually want to order, right? So someone said, my question is, I am selling kind of goods like Maggi, Indomie, soap, and soft drink. So I am not a producer, but how can I achieve Afriscale customer experience? Yeah, just for this very question, just stay put in the group, and then more updates will continue to be revealed to you in regards to this. Sorry. We are sorry, guys, for that little break in transmission. We had a glitch, a network glitch. I'm very, very sorry about that. I went mute for a while because of network issues, but we are back now, and we'll just continue from. So, someone is asking, what's the updated information on tax in Nigeria? Hey, okay. I want to import smartwatch, but the shipping fee is too high. Are you sorry? Can I be heard, guys? So someone said, I want to import smartwatch, but the shipping fee is too high. So are you saying this based on assumption, or you've interacted with someone who fed you with this information? Because if you are operating based on assumption, then I think you are wrong. But if you ask this question based on your interaction with someone who must have fed you with this information, then I think you need to format some certain information that you have been fed with. But when you want to import smartwatch, there is nothing like what is the weight of a smartwatch. Importation is done by weight or by volume. It's either you are being charged per kg or you are being charged by volume or CBN. So there is nothing like smartwatch that you can even pocket it. Ah, bro, please. this is not something you should bother yourself about. Just know that you are dealing with the wrong supplier or with the wrong agent that is feeding you with those false information. So you need to do something about it. As an entrepreneur, I understand that risk taking is one of the factors to be considered when doing business. Since you cannot since you cannot completely abstain yourself 100% from online risks, how can I minimize the risks? Some people said you can easily identify unsecured URL to avoid scammers from being getting access to your confidential detail. Is it true? If yes, how can we go about it? Uh, is this question related? Because the first part of your question is kind of clear, but the second part is now looking like you want to do social media broadcast and you are trying to protect your information, right? But if you are talking about the first one, which says entrepreneurs this and this and this is risk taking, and then how can you minimize the risk? I talked about this in our last class, right? During our last class, I did talked about this, how you can overcome all potential pitfalls, right? And then some common mistakes. So when you fail to do your due diligence, that's when you can be scammed. I repeat, when you fail to do your due diligence, that's when you can be scammed. When you are interacting with the wrong person, that's when you can get scammed. And then you need to understand who you are dealing with and then how you can go about dealing with that person. I keep saying this. This is what I do, and none of my clients have ever complained of being scammed or being charged with hidden charges or hidden costs or anything, because transparency is the key and it's part of our core pillars in my company. So when you want to do transaction with someone, you definitely need to do your thorough verifications, right? So it's all about you doing your own due diligence. You can overcome all of this. I talked about overcoming all of this when you verify your supplier, you verify your freight forwarders, you verify your agent, you verify all the necessary tools that you need to verify. Then you are good to go. But when you fail to do all of that, then you can easily be scammed. So someone said, what's the updated? Okay, how can I operate the Chinese account if I am only understanding English? First of all, can you even get the Chinese account before you talked about understanding English or not understanding English? I'm not talking about using 1688 account. I'm not talking about having, no, I'm talking about currency account. You like, I don't know if this person is Nigerian now. If you are using either UBA, I think UBA is everywhere. You are using Access Bank is everywhere, virtually everywhere in Africa. If you are using any of these banks, these are all accounts, these are banks. So when you talked about a Chinese account, you need to have a bank account. So can you have a bank account before we even talked about understanding English or not understanding English? Good evening, sir. Good evening. Okay, sorry. Thank you for your greetings. The idea to start with a sample is awesome. God bless you. Um, is the goods get if I think if the goods get damaged, is there room for return policy? If your goods get damaged, it means you do not do your due diligence. I talked about negotiation. I said you should negotiate packaging. The last time I talked about you negotiating for packaging, negotiate for price, negotiate for freight forwarders, negotiate for logistic services. And then you need to use companies that have insurance. So when you refuse to do all of that and your goods gets damaged, you are going to assume full responsibility for those goods that got damaged. Nobody is going to compensate you. Most especially when you use a company that doesn't have insurance. So you need to make sure that you do all the necessary negotiation with your supplier, with your freight forwarders, with your logistic company before everything arrive at your destination, so that when something get damaged, you are not going to take the responsibility by yourself. because it's already documented that this is going to be handled by this party or by this so company. So make sure you do your due diligence. The policy is a policy, but you must make sure that you have everything documented. I said, don't negotiate any deal verbatim. You need to have it documented. All my questions have been answered. Thank you. God bless you. My question was answered well. Okay. How can I operate a Chinese? Okay, we already dealt with that. No sound. No, there is. Sir, are you still with us? Okay, I think this was quite a while. Um, what is the next question? Okay, we are here. Okay, if I buy product from China, who is responsible to deliver my product to my destination? Do I need to go and check the availability of my order and take it, or it will reach out to me? Um, Sir Abubakar, it seems you haven't really been following, but the truth is, I talked about if you have identified a supplier, you need to negotiate for everything. If you are dealing with everything by yourself, I will always emphasize this. If you want to handle everything by yourself, then you need to understand negotiation strategy. You need to deploy all the techniques required for you to negotiate. So you need to talk with your supplier. Everything will be forwarded to you. When you paid for it, he will send it to you. As long as you've provide him with a logistic company or a shipping company that will send your goods to your destination, or you have someone who is going to help you package them and send them to your destination, or you want to go there yourself and package them and send them to your destination, which you know that you need to first of all get a visa, right? So when you are buying something by yourself, you need to talk to your supplier to package your product well, and then you provide him with the shipping logistics information. He will send your goods to your shipping company, and your shipping company will take the responsibility of sending those parcels down to your destination. So the availability of everything will make available to you in your destination without you. It's just like you buying something on Temo. If you use Temo to buy anything, do you go to Temo to pick it by yourself? The product will be, if you buy something from the product, will be delivered to Temo's office around your location, and then you'll be asked to go to that point to pick up your product. It's the same thing with Jumia, right? It's the same thing with Gigi. When you buy something on Jumia, you buy something on Gigi, you don't go there to pick it up by yourself. You already provide them with your address, you provide them with your contact information, so they just reach out to you, and then everything will be delivered to you. Um, have you tried X transfer, sir, before? I haven't tried X transfer. I'm sorry. But can you add as a supplier and agent as well? I am not I am not a supplier. I am an agent. It is my duty to help you source for a reliable supplier that deals in the product you desire to buy, and then monitor the quality of that product before sending it down to you. Are we together? A supplier is a supplier, an agent is an agent, right? And a buyer is a buyer. So I only serve as an intermediary. I help you to source for reliable supplier, buy the product you want, and then send it down to you. I would like to have your contact. So thank you so much. How long does it take? Does it take some to ship? How long does it take for someone to ship some um, accessories, e.g., earpiece, screen guard, power bank? It depends on what method are you using. We have different methods of shipping. We have the sea shipping method, we have the air shipping method, and under the category of the air shipping method, we have the express shipping method. Express shipping method takes 2 days to arrive your country, 2 days. But when we say express, it means the price is express as well. Are we together? Are we together? So if you are going for the normal air shipping the price is higher compared to sea shipping. So if you are going for, and sea shipping is always good for large quantity of goods, for a bigger product, right? Bigger box, bigger parcel, bigger CBN. But for air shipping, a small quantity, it's okay. But air shipping is expensive compared to sea shipping. And air shipping is faster compared to sea shipping, right? Express shipping is expensive than the normal air shipping, and express shipping is faster than the normal air shipping. So it all depends on um, which method you actually want to use. Um, Someone said, please, sir, I would like to go through. Okay. I want to import smartwatch, but the shipping fee. Okay, I think we have dealt with that. Goods in transit insurance. Goods in transit insurance. Yeah, there is insurance, but you need to ask question. Does the company you are using have insurance? If they don't have insurance, then you need to assume the risks by yourself. You need to buy insurance by yourself. But if they have insurance, then you need to handle that, and they will take care of that for you. Can you use domiciliary account? Of course, we talked about domiciliary is dollar now. It's a foreign account that has dollar, pounds, and then that's the one you can use because that's a globally recognized currency. But you cannot use any local currency to do transaction when your government have placed a restriction on some bank card. Can how can You said that we should not pay 100% before importation. So how do the goods get sent to us? You are not paying 100% upfront. You forgot the word upfront, right? 100% upfront. So it means if you are negotiating and then after agreement, you just paid 100%. No, these things is done in stages. If you are buying a product, right, and then maybe your product needs to be customized, it takes some days. So you need to say, okay, I'm paying 30%. Then when you are done with arrangement and everything, and then I will pay you another 40% or 30%. Then when you send this product to my shipping company and they confirm receipt, then I'll pay you another 30%. Then when this product starts leaving to my country and I've received a tracking number, then I will send you the remaining percent. So that's how you pay the percent. You pay in percentage, not that you just take your 100% and pay up, and then you pay upfront before importation. So it needs to be properly negotiated between you and your supplier. Okay, I will pay you so amount from this stage to this stage. When we get to this stage, I'm paying you this. When we get to this stage, I'm paying you this. When we get to this stage, I'm paying you this. Then you have your product delivered to you. So I only said don't pay 100% upfront. Please don't. Negotiate how you should make your payment. Are there anywhere else I need to buy from that's more closer than China because of shipping cost? Yes, Nigeria is there. Nigeria is there. You can buy from Nigeria. You can buy from places like Ghana. You can buy from Kenya. You can buy from Zambia. But depends what are you buying, right? Because when you want, there is nothing you buy that you will escape shipping. You must pay for shipping, but you need to weigh what is the product you are buying, and then what is the selling price, and then how much profit you need to make. So when you are already scared of shipping costs, it means you are not ready for importation business, because the things, let me tell you, the things you are using, even the gadget you are using to chat with me, someone imported it and you bought it from the local store in your location, right? So it means for him to import and he's still importing, that means it's lucrative. So shipping fee shouldn't scare you. Can I import customized packaging for food products? If yes, how do I go about it? Yes, you can import all of this. You can do it by yourself if you want to do it by yourself using the available platform or the available website, or you use an agent like me, and then that will be done for you. Uh, how do we pay with WeChat? And can you please help verify our WeChat account? Yes, you can pay with WeChat. Of course, even your supplier can help you verify your WeChat. So if you identify a supplier, you can verify your WeChat because he knows that you use your WeChat to pay him, right? Because WeChat is not something you just verify it like that. You have to be very, very careful of who you are verifying his WeChat for because it's something that can be easily used to scam persons. It's a platform that it links to your account and everything. So not everyone is willing to verify WeChat for you. That's why most people that verify WeChat, they charge you for it. Do you understand? You pay for the verification and then they help you to verify. But if you have identified a supplier and then you agreed and negotiate everything and you want to make payment, your supplier can help you verify your WeChat. My another question is like me as a provision service, can I can I sell goods online or buying goods online? Because kind of this business is anywhere in this Africa. So how can get customers online? You already said you can buy online, you can sell online. That means they are online vendors. And then from there, you can as well track companies that produces those goods and you can buy from them directly. Dangote is there. Dangote is, all of us know about Dangote, right? So for your kind of business, Dangote is there for you and you have like there are a whole lot of branches of Dangote and other people that are into his kind of business. So you can like franchise and stuff like that. So you can buy from those people because they are more of like they are suppliers as well. They are suppliers, so you buy from them and then you stock your shop and then you know how to arrange for your selling price and then how much profit you are expected to make. So online is there for you. You can buy online, you can sell online. There is no big deal with that, especially when you identify someone that have what you want and the price is relatively cheaper for you to buy, then you can go ahead and buy it. So I would like to buy tiger nuts extractor and heat gun sealing machine for my business. Yeah, it's a very good one. That means you're already planning to scale your business because these tools will help you to speed up your production and meet a wider range of customers. Um, okay, someone said, as an agent, how easy it is to get my goods to my customer within a stipulated time. Are you an agent? Because as an agent, how easy it is to get my goods to my customers within a stipulated time. So if you are asking this question based on you being an agent or you contacting an agent to help you buy those products and deliver to you before you later deliver to your customers, you need to plan your schedules. There's what we call a timeline. You need to plan your schedules. You need to plan your timeline so that you need to understand that okay, this product I want to use the sea shipping method, and the sea shipping method is going to take me so number of months before it will arrive at my destination. If I'm using the air shipping method, the normal air shipping method, I know that it's going to take me some number of days, number of working days before it finally arrive at my destination, maybe 10 to 15 working days. And then if I'm using the express shipping method, which is going to take me 2 days, I know how to satisfy my customers. So you need to plan your timeline. You need to plan your timeline so that you'll be able to meet with your customers' expectation and then you give them a higher priority and a more level of trust to patronize you next time. You also need to plan that yourself. And how you discuss with your customer is also important, right? So before you agreed to supply at a certain time, you must make sure that you have discussed with the person that is going to supply you that product and he has given you assurance that you're going to receive this product at a certain period of time. Then you can go ahead to provide your customer with a perfect feedback, right? So thank you so much guys for your amazing questions. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. So if you know that throughout this period from the previous days down to this very day, you've been able to learn something, and then please, I would like you to type what you've learned from the couple of meetings we have had together, what you've learned from the first day, the second day, today happens to be the third day of me meeting all of you. So if you know you have learned something and then you are ready to take actions, just type it in the chat box. This is what I've learned. Maybe day one, I learned how to negotiate, how to do this, how to do that. So what exactly have you been able to learn? And then today, what are the most important points you have picked from all the asked questions and the answers provided? Yeah, I'm waiting for a reply before we call it a day. What have you been able to learn from this meeting and the previous meetings? And mind you, we are still together. We are still together, and we will always be together because it is our priority that we help you to scale your business. We help you to grow your business, but your business must have a vision. Your business must have a vision, right? A realistic vision. A realistic vision. We understand how this system works. Someone said how to supply and ship my goods to my customer today. Uh, Indeed, knowledge was impacted to us. More questions from me. Another one again, like Okada man, what is my achievement in business? Um, Thank you. I have learned how to source, ship, and buy products from China through agents and suppliers. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. I learned more online marketing and more on logistics. I learned about the different platform I can use for importation and how to go about it. Yeah, I have learned how I can get quality assurance from outside country products. Yeah, do your due diligence properly. Yeah, very important. I have learned a lot. One, due diligence, which is the most important factor to be considered when going for importation and exportation business. Very, very important. Very enlightening class. Thank you for this session. I am glad to know that I can place orders from my domiciliary account. You are welcome. Day one, I had an excellent understanding of how to relate with Chinese market and how to buy. I learned step by step on how to import from China. I take away with many contact, take away with many. So your contact here that will be provided. um, Learn how to be more careful when ordering from China, especially from Temu. Learn about other Chinese e-commerce website. Yeah, I have been able to learn that importation is not as difficult as it has been painted to business owners. God bless you. Yeah, very, very important. Haruna Esther. I learned app I learned app to be used for for important goods procurement procedure. Yeah. So how do we contact you directly if we need anything from China? Informations, details, contact information will be shared by the host. Please, the host is available. He will do justice to that at a due time. The ease of importation and doing business. I have learned a whole lot, including imports, marketing, logistics. I take away many this session. Thank you. Negotiation and also how to leverage the use of different e-commerce platform. May take note. My take note from three session was no non-genuine site on get the cheapest gadget, and yeah, and then I learned that procurement and shipping from China uh, is not impossible. Yeah, I learned um, I learned the easiest step on how to import products without losing money to scammers. Yeah, very, very important. Very, very important. All right, so we have a whole lot of them. Just keep them coming. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for lending me your ears. Thank you for your word of encouragement, and then thank you for picking up the most important points that you will use to run with. Right? They said write the vision, make it plain, so that when not just any when other people see it, but you yourself, you should be able to run with it, right? To actualize that vision and mission for your business. So I look forward to get to hear more from you when you continue to grow in your business, even as we continue to interact with one another. I will get to see you some other times, but for now, bye bye and have a wonderful day. Thank you.